Tonight we are at Daytona Sandown, but what I didn't expect it to be tonight was fucking wet. But here we are, we got to deal with what we have. I am driving the dmax kart. I'm hoping it's going to be a good session. Alright, so tonight I have got 2 sessions booked at Daytona Sandown. The first one is a 20-minute practice session. This is what I originally had planned, but I got really lucky on the way back from F1 Drive the same day. I got an email from the sales lead saying, we've got a discount going on for the sprint race. Would you like to have that discount? I said, yeah, I'll happily take that discount. I spent the same amount of money on the sprint race than I did on the practice, which was really nice. So I'm doing the 20-minute practice, and then for the sprint race we've got a 10-minute qualifying, and then we got a 20-minute race. I'm looking forward to just learning the track again, because I've not been to Daytona in the wet before, and this is my first time in the wet on a dmax, so it's going to be very interesting. What could possibly go wrong?
Cool, about 8 minutes we're going at.
So when do you come down Surbiton then?
I did the Friday race thing.
Oh, fair.
I raced you.
You mean Thursday night? Must have been Thursday night.
Nah, you have the championship on Fridays.
Oh shit, was it like, how long ago was that?
Month, 2 months?
Oh yeah. I might have remembered you actually.
Yeah, you were racing in it, I remember.
Yeah, did I have my GoPro back then?
I think so. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So definitely September something. I was actually really surprised to know that one of the marshals I had raced against in one of the championship races that I have on the channel. After a very long wait in the pits, we finally started up the kart.
Alright guys, engine's on!
My kart didn't turn on at first, but then the marshal realised the battery was unplugged. Lovely start to my session.
Fuck your battery and that would help.
Yeah.
You go now? Oh, yeah.
Hearing a 2-stroke dmax again, even though it wasn't my first time hearing it, it was so bloody nice. As soon as I got out on track, I just smashed on the accelerator and I just thought in my head, what could possibly go wrong if I just go max speed down the straight? I'll just give you an idea of what I was thinking in my head when I went down that straight at 70 miles an hour. But yeah, we were going through the first corner. I'm just trying to figure out all of the lines, making sure that we are able to get through the kart. I am drifting the kart a lot through these corners. I'm just trying to keep it under control and try not to spin out. Next couple of corners, just going through, just learning that you can kind of drift the corner through with the kart, and yeah, looking good going down the straight. I've braked so late and I just go really wide. I realised, and then I tried to take a normal racing line. I don't know why. I take a normal middle line through there. I realised that area is really slippy, so I just tried to avoid it. Going through these corners, I just brake early just so I can learn the circuit and go really slow. I have someone just smack into the side of me casually. No big deal. I don't know if he just lost grip or not. But yeah, going through the last corner onto the second lap, I tried to take a normal race line again. Goes horribly, and I almost lose control of my car. And it is yellow flags already. Fucking hell! How have we already got a yellow flag? We're driving dmax karts. We're supposed to have good drivers in this. As I go round the second corner, we see the incident, and somehow this guy has gone so deep into the corner, you're basically into turn 6. How, Bo? How? It is not that hard to brake in these karts. Going into turn 5, I'm just trying to learn the line again. I go really wide, like really wide. I'm trying to recover it really well. I tried to take a wide line, and then I brake too much and I bin it. I bin it completely. That was, yeah, not the smartest decision to just smash on the brake and see what happens. I am slipping everywhere, and I just let the fastest guy past. Well, I was talking to him beforehand. He's one of the really quick drivers in the session, so I just let him pass, no big deal. Go through here, and I completely bin it again. I don't know why, I just decided to brake and then smash on the accelerator. Very dumb move, but you know what? We move. Going through the last corners, we are drifting a lot through here, and then we are back onto the straight. I realise it is very slippy, and I'm just drifting through that corner, down the straight, just going 70 miles an hour again, and I'm feeling the adrenaline rush. Absolutely amazing. This is a funny instant going into turn 1. So we're going down the straight. I am trying to control the kart going out of the last corner. We're speeding down the straight, and I decide let's brake late, see what happens. I brake way too late, and I managed to actually kill the kart on the curb. I will admit that is not my best artwork, but you know what? It was a bad mistake. We just move on and carry on with the session. At this point, we are 5 laps into this 20-minute session through this corner. I just take it a bit more cautiously after what happened last lap. Through these corners, I'm just going slowly, trying to learn them and see if I can use the curbs more. But no, yellow flag ahead though. We do have another spin. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't surprise me, because all of these guys in this session, apart from me and 2 others, were new to these dmax karts and to Daytona Sandown. So, in a way, it really does not surprise me, but we've just got to keep on going, just get this practice session done with, because I think I'm done learning the track. That's what I think I am. So, at this point for me, it is just hot lapping around the circuit, just to see how fast I can really go. It didn't even take 1 lap to find another person spun. Honestly, some people should just stick to SODIs. This is where I had a very scary moment going into turn 1. We were going down the straight, and then suddenly, I don't realise it, but I'm trying to take the wet line, and a slow kart is in front of me. He is on the racing line, and I'm just able to dodge him by a couple centimetres. I'm able to drift past him. That was a very hairy moment for me. One lap later, we are going through turns 6 and 7. I go really wide there. I'm just testing out the line still, and then we've got this guy in front of me. I have to stick behind him for now. I'm trying to find a gap, and there's also a yellow flag, so I'm not overtaking as well. We both overtake after we pass the yellow flags, and in front of us, he just bins it in front of me. Luckily, I'm able to dodge it, go round the outside, but Jesus, that was another hairy moment. I would have thought for someone with their own suit, they would have some decent skills in a dmax kart. What am I on about? Literally, you can buy all of this stuff. This sport is a pay to win. What am I on about? This is actually when I set my fastest lap of the practice session. So we're going down the straight. I'll explain the whole thing. Going down the straight, I brake about here, turn it in pretty early. I go for kind of a V-shaped kind of turning in, going into turn 1. Through turns 2 and 3, I try to catch the curb, and then I switch to a middle line, because I feel like a middle line's a bit closer to the pace that I've got with this kart, and also where the grip is. Going down the small straight here, going into turn 5, I catch the curbs there. I do go quite a middle line and then quite wide, and then here I keep it pretty close to the curbs, go quite slowly, and then I go onto the outside. I realise how slippy it is. I do fix that on my hot lap during the sprint race. Going to turn 8, we go pretty middle line, and then we go quite a close line round turn 9, and then going into turn 10, we stick quite close to the curbs, and we slip quite a lot going out of turn 10, and that is the hot lap. That lap in the practice session, I hit a 1 minute 01.268, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, after that hot lap, I just kept kept on hot lapping for ages. There was not much activity going on track because there weren't the best drivers in my session, and the drivers who were at my level or above my level, they were far into the distance, so I couldn't have a battle with them at all, and I couldn't catch up with them either because of how fast they were around the track in the wet. But yeah, there's not much that happened, which is a bit disappointing, but yeah, that's a practice session at Daytona, I guess. So, this is one of the instances I had with one of the slower drivers in the session. It's the same guy that binned it when he was in front of me a few laps ago. So, I was behind him, I was catching up to him pretty quickly because he was taking the corners a lot slower than me. Then, throughout these corners, I'm just staying behind him and I'm sliding a lot as well. He's finding better lines than I do, but I brake later than him. And also, he's going way too wide at some corners. Through here, I'm just trying to stick behind him. I'm not going to dive it down the inside. I know that is way too risky in the wet and it will definitely cause a crash. I tried to go down his inside. It does work actually. I am watching over this. Yeah, it does work. I managed to get more grip than him. And then yeah, going through turn 1, we are ahead of him and we are ahead of another driver as well. A slow back marker. So, going into turn 7 it is. It was quite a stupid incident. I'm going through the corner, I thought nothing was going to happen, when someone decides to dive it down my inside there. Luckily he's able to recover and stay a bit back, and he just slides into the side of me. So it looks like he has no control of his kart at all going through those corners, and it's just a bit embarrassing, honestly, for him, because I'm just trying to have a fair race, and he's just bumping me out of the way. From what it looks like as well, he does not have the best lines going through each of the corner, and it looks like he has no sort of control of where his kart is going, which is just really embarrassing, honestly. Alright, so I am now trying to catch up to the guys in front of me, because one of the guys in front, the guy with the black suit, is actually one of the guys that I talked to before the race, and I know he is pretty quick around the circuit. I am sticking to the lines that I've done all race, but I am also analysing his lines to see if he's getting any faster exits, because throughout the corners I am catching up to him when he tries to take the outside line, but he gets better acceleration when going out of those corners, and I was wondering, is it worth doing the outside line to do that? We have passed checker flag now, but we are still going almost, never mind, we are starting to slow down. But just through that half a lap, I have learnt a lot on what I can do for sprint qualifying, which is going to be very interesting, I would say. I did hit a 1 minute lap time, which is good. I'm not going to show you qualifying because it is very, very boring. I am just going to go straight to the race. After qualifying, I have qualified P3 with a time of 1 minute 00868, which isn't too bad at all. I am going to be P3, so it's going to line up as P1 on the left, P2 on the right, P3 that's where I am. I'm going to be behind P2, and P4 is going to be behind P1, and etc. It's going to be kind of this kind of pattern, I would say. It's not too bad, and I'm looking forward to it. What could possibly go wrong in this? The lights go green and we are racing. I almost hit straight into the cones because I got an elite start compared to the guy in front of me, which caused me to brake, and now I've got a massive gap to these guys. I've taken a similar line to all of them to see if if I can keep up with them. But no, that is not the case. These two keep on fighting. I take advantage of it and I decide to risk it and dive down the inside going into turn 3. I do apologise because I did bump him. Going down this straight, going into turn 4, we are trying to catch up. I go really wide. He tries to capitalise it and goes on the inside. He is able to catch that inside, but I have the inside line going into turn 6. And then going out of that, I drift a lot. And what he does, he knows the inside line going to the outside is really grippy. I don't know that. I try a switchback and it is not successful. I am now in 4th place, which is not too bad at all. And then now I am in 3rd place, and then I drop down to 4th. He is able to pull back an amazing switchback. Throughout these corners I'm trying to keep up with him, but it does show his experience in the rain with these dmaxes. He is able to just get those better lines than me, and he is able to stay ahead. Throughout these corners you can just see that I'm sacrificing exit speed for entry speed, which is just not what you're supposed to do in the rain, and I'm braking so late trying to catch up with him. I'm just going way too wide and not focusing on my lines. It's just not the best technique, I will admit, but you know what, that's what happens when you are under pressure. But yeah, going through these last corners, he almost bins it going into that corner. I did see that. Going into turn 8, the last corner, he is pressuring the guy in front a lot. I'm just waiting for those two to start fighting so then I can start catching up with them. A few laps later, we are going down the straight and you can see ahead these two are starting to fight, which means they are costing time, and that means it gives me time to catch up. I make a hard mistake here though. I go way too close to the corner and I just slip onto the outside, almost bumping on that curb. If I launched up into the air, that would have been my race gone. Going through turn 3, we can see ahead the guys in 2nd and 3rd. They are still fighting. They are side by side. I'm trying to capitalise on that the most, focusing on my racing line the most, but you can just see their pace is so much more dominant than mine, and I just can't match it. Yeah, it's not much I can do. I have to just pray they fight a lot. Throughout these corners you can see they are sacrificing way too much speed going into these corners and they're battling way too much. I am trying to capitalise on it a lot, but it really does show their experience in these dmaxes, because at the end of the session these two were 2 seconds faster than me, and yeah, I'm not surprised they were able to get me. They are still fighting, but at this point there's not much I can really do at this point. I'm just trying to hold on to 4th place. I'm just praying a miracle happens. I'm praying one of them gets a penalty. At this point I am just constantly hot lapping, trying to get the fastest lap or just try get into the under 1 minute, try get into the 59s, but it wasn't successful at the end of the race, which is sad. But yeah, for a long time, I think it was for the next 5 or 10 or so minutes, I was just hot lapping constantly. This was the only drama I really had. Going through turn 4 and 5, we actually came up to some back markers, which actually slowed down the racers a lot, which really did help me. When I was catching up to them, I was just looking for any sort of opportunity to get past them. I saw it round the outside. I do attempt it and I keep it. I managed to overtake one of the back markers, and one of them he loses it round this corner. I'm able to get a really good exit over him and I managed to overtake them, but by then I had spent too much time overtaking them, and they have flown into the distance, second and third place again. That was possibly one of a couple chances that I had to catch up to these guys, but it just didn't happen, sadly. Several laps later, we are going through the corners. This is one of the first warnings the black helmet got. He actually caused this guy to spin throughout these corners, and he's showing that he's not happy with it. And yeah, I did see from the camera footage myself, I do remember this incident. He did cause that. Also through that spin, I was able to catch up quite a bit. As you can see, I am a lot closer than I was a few laps ago. And sadly, they just keep on gapping me. That's the problem. I'm not able to capitalize on when they're battling and try get my pace all together. That is just the one problem with me, especially in the wet. As we are going through turn 5, an absolute miracle happens. The black helmet has caused another crash. He has spun himself and he has spun a back marker. I'm able to overtake him to get into third place. He is forced onto the grass by the back marker. And what really interesting is, he actually dives it down the inside here and just shoves me out of the way into the corner, which made it a lot worse for him, because if you saw on the board there, he actually got told to go to the pits for a black flag. This is an absolute miracle for me. This means I have confirmed third place. I've confirmed that podium is now good. I don't have to worry, because I know the guy who is, well, now technically in fourth place is miles away from me. So now for me, it is just focusing and making sure I am as consistent as possible. It doesn't matter about lap time, it only matters about consistency of the laps. One lap later, I see him about to go out of the pits, and going down this straight, I knew he was going to catch up to me as soon as he got out of those pits, because he is rapid compared to me. So going into turn 1, trying to I'm actually keeping pretty close to these, thinking if it was any better than the previous laps, because it has dried out a bit in Daytona now, so I am trying to figure out different lines. I look behind me and I see he is already catching up. So going through this corner, I just decide to stay off to the side and I just let him pass. I also do try to follow his lines to see if I can find a better line to him, and then I can learn from it. But then I fuck up my line and he just disappears into the distance. This is actually when I hit my fastest lap. So going around here, I go around the outside of the corner. We are going down the straight. I do get a bit of oversteer, but that is fine. We are bumping down the straight, going into turn 1. We take it quite tight. We take kind of a V shape to really turn it in, get on that accelerator. We stay on the outside here. Going into turn 2, we go for kind of a middle line and wide line, because that's where the grip is at the moment. We take turn 3 pretty closely, because there's that grip going through there. Going into turn 4, after this mini straight, we take it quite wide and we turn in and take about a middle to a close line. Through here we take it quite wide, because the grip is always on the outside here and the middle line. Through there we take it pretty easy and we're able to grab the grip going into this small straight. Going into turn 7, we're able to grab that small bit of grip, and then round here we go for a middle wide line. Then going into turn 8, the final corner, we take quite a wide line so we can grab the grip at the end of the track. And that is the hot lap of Daytona Sandown in the wet. One lap later, it is the checker flag, and I have successfully gotten third place. You know what, it was not deserved, but you know what, I celebrate just a bit. I'm not celebrating a lot because I know I did not deserve that in the slightest. I got pure luck from that. It was so obvious. But yeah, you know what, I will still take a trophy home, and yeah, not too bad, not too bad. when I got back to the pits, I actually had an interesting conversation on how the previous guy who was in third place got the black flag. Unlucky. Yo, what happened? What did you get the black flag for?
Literally, overtaking on the straight, and he keep pushing into the fucking tire barrier. You can see it, like, he's lost into the right.
Jeez.
I'm right next to him, he's pushing into the tire barrier.
Bro. Well, if it wasn't for that...
Guys, jump up.
Oh. Fucking hell. Well, if it wasn't for that, you would have beaten me fair and square. So, what did we learn from this sprint session? Well, number one, everything I do that gets me a podium is always from luck. Always from luck. Number two, I need to improve on driving a dmax, because from that you could tell I just did not have any sort of control. I know it was in the wet, but in general I need better wet condition skills anyway. But yeah, that was a good day. See you guys in the next video.